Hey, good, pretty Monday morning here in southern West Virginia. Sunny. Looking out in that old big leaved out chestnut tree in the front yard. Boy, you ever pay attention if they how much they stink when them bloom are coming on? Whew. They are rough, ain't they? um, Post on Facebook this morning. Someone had posted about Barbara Streisand. You know, she wants open borders down on the Mexico border. She's a big liberal. She's all this stuff, and it's kind of odd. She's hollering for open borders. You know, let all these illegals dump through and all this stuff. And they talked about in this post that she had put out, I think it was $10 million lawsuit trying to get the beach closed in front of her Malibu beach home. Okay, now, true or not, I don't know. But you think about that. It was on Facebook, and it's there. You can find it. Spent $10 million trying to get that beach closed in front of her Malibu beach home. But, you know, that's... I'll be honest with you. I don't doubt it. I really don't. I mean, you see so much and you hear so much garbage coming off the lips of these liberals. I mean, it's pitiful, people. It is literally pitiful. And I don't understand anybody that backs them. I really don't. They are these liberals are a godless, immoral brood. Their thinking breeds chaos and anarchy. It just breeds it. It's built into the essence of their thinking. Chaos and anarchy. Liberalism is an excuse. And you look at all the excuse, and they're pushing godless, immoral lifestyle. The world's overpopulated, sex-related diseases going on, all kinds of garbage, divorce, all this freaking rot going on. But they would rather shut up the conservative or kill the little bastard. Or, you know, they have this rot that's infested their minds, and it's in their minds, and it's made its way into their heart, and it comes off of their lips. They want to destroy. They don't. They say, we believe in unity, we believe in love, we believe in this. Yeah, I hear you. But yet you'd rather hit a conservative in the head with a rock than to hear truth. You chase this lie, man. I mean, these liberals, they got their head in this wormhole, and I do mean wormhole, man. And it makes no difference where this wormhole turns. And it's a wormhole. It's you watch these sci-fi movies, you need these wormholes and all this stuff, and you don't know where in the world's going to end up, you know. And it's pitiful. It's pitiful where their minds go. It is pitiful where their minds go. You know, one writer in the New Testament Bible, he said, he said, us being Christian, us being godly, trying to keep our mind and our hearts clean and upright before God, he said we don't even want our minds to go where these people are acting. We don't even want their thoughts entering into our minds. We want to keep our minds clean. We want to keep ourselves godly and upright. We don't want to even let the things that they do in the secret place enter into our minds. We don't even want their thoughts of what they're doing. See, this godless, immoral, liberal thinking, it carries a lot of secrets. It carries a lot of secrets. You know, Satan in the garden, the old serpent, he said, "Hey, woman, do you like the fruit of that tree there? Ain't that something awesome? Look at that." Yeah, but serpent, we're not supposed to touch that. Yeah, but look at it. He said, "What? Look at it." He said, it looks good. They said, not only that, it'll make you smart, give you understanding. He said, you'll become as gods. You'll be smart. You'll be as smart as God is. Look at that. Look at that. Think about it, being smart. He might have even used the words, hey, you'll know how to please God if you eat that. You'll know how to think like Him. You'll know how to please Him, how to make Him happy. It'll be awesome. But serpent, listen to me, woman. Listen to me. Think about it. You'll be smart. You'll be intelligent. You'll be smart. You may be able to split an atom. You may be, it's hard to tell what your accomplishments will be if you're that smart. Well, maybe, I guess you are making a point. But, you know, the thing about it was, God said, you know, don't eat of it. Don't go there. The day you go there is the day you'll die. Because within that understanding, now this is what the serpent wasn't telling Eve. But God was telling them, God had already told them, don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of right and wrong, or good and evil. Said if you eat of that tree, you're going to be held responsible for the way you act. That's what God was telling them. You'll be held responsible for the way you act. When He spoke creation into existence, He placed within His words, He placed the knowledge of right and wrong into creation. But He also placed something else. He also placed the blessing and the cursing within His words were also placed into creation. He told the Jew, He said, I've set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose ye life that you may live. Now this is after they had already eaten. The Jew had come on the scene. God had made him His chosen people. But the point was, He had already placed judgment in creation. He had already placed blessing in creation. Woman, man, Adam, Eve, don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. He said, the day you do, you'll surely die, because you're going to be held responsible. But see, Satan left out that little word, responsible. He left out that little word, responsible. You'll be held responsible. He left that word out. And as we know, Eve took the tree, then she gave it to Adam. Adam partook of it. Before you know it, they had their bags packed, heading out the gate, man, headed out the door. They got their butt kicked out of the garden. And what did God tell them? He says, hey, you want to survive on the earth now, you're going to have to get it and growl. You have to get it and growl. The knowledge of good and evil. These liberals, people, these socialists, Isaiah, it talks about what the liberals and the fool or the churl will do. It talks about their words and their actions. Same thing that Satan used in the garden, man. Same old friggin' thing. Give them that little bit enough to get them to follow you. Don't have to tell them everything. The words that are coming off these entertainers' lips. The words that are coming out of the Democratic Party now. You get what? You got 20 some on the platform running for office, 2020. Every now and then you'll hear, he's about 2 or 3 or so in there, say, we can't go that far to the left, we got to stay over here, and you can't do this. If you do this, you're in another world. They're telling them, you got 2 or 3 in there that's speaking some kind of decent essence, some kind of honest reality. But what's going on? People hoarding around the perversions. People hoarding around the voices of these perversions that are these other people. They want to follow these far left. They want to follow these socialists. They want to follow the derangements of liberal thinking. It is literally pitiful. You got this minority of millions. They keep telling everybody we're the majority. Our thinking is the majority of the mainstream. People, all you got to do is watch the rallies. You get O'Rourke or Warren or some of these, they get a few hundred, maybe just a few thousand. And then it's proclaimed, hey, we got the masses, man. Donald Trump goes into a place that it packs out and people standing down the streets and the sidewalks and everything, man. Tens of thousands outside, even after the arenas and stuff are packed out. But do you hear the media's talk about it? No. How about the stock market today? Look at the stock market. We're in record highs. Listen, America economy is growing. It's growing. Trump is attacking the pressure points of these countries that have been used America's weak laws and essence to take advantage of the American people and America the country. He's touching these pressure points now. Mexico talking about sending, what was it 15,000 to the U.S.-Mexico border to deal with illegal immigration? Well, if they know if they're going to have to pay, what was it? How many $1 billion in tariffs? I forget what it was. Way up there, Mexico. Whoa, we're going to stop this crap. We can't afford that kind of tariffs. Yeah, we put tariffs on them, but we can't afford them putting tariffs on us. China's playing the same game, and others are doing the same thing. Donald Trump, he attacked the weak areas of where they were taking billions upon billions upon billions of dollars from American taxpayers. These politicians, they don't give nothing, man. I mean, yeah, they pay some taxes. They do this or whatever, but I'm talking about they get in here and make a decision. Well, they get, I don't know what they get. I forget what it was. 170,000, 200,000, something. But yeah, they pay taxes on that. But then, they use codes and they pull every loophole they can and all this stuff. And it's the American peons, the everyday Joes on the streets that are actually paying the taxes. These liberals, they've given away the wealth of America, and they're still trying to. They're lying through their friggin' teeth, giving away the wealth of America, and they've risked the very health and substance of this nation and the peons, the me's and the you's, we're the ones that's actually going to be paying for this. They're asking, what these liberals are asking for a raise, want $4,000 some raise a year. They've done nothing for 2.5 years. Basically friggin' nothing, man, but resist. We'll do anything, just, we'll resist Trump. To hell with everything else. Resist Trump, resist Trump. Pitiful, man. And you people that back them. Where's your head at? Where's your heart at? It's pitiful, the things that's going on right now. People say, you make no sense, you do this. Maybe the sense that I make is just sense that you can't understand. Your mind just doesn't want to go into that godly moral place that you can actually grasp what I'm saying. Maybe that's the problem. Because in the New Testament, the Bible talks about, said that the carnal mind is enmity with God. The carnal mind does not understand the thought patterns of righteousness. Okay? Maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you've let them lead you into the sewer. You've been there too long. Maybe you just need God to knock on your heart. Maybe you need a supernatural intervention from God to break through it. I'll leave that. Those areas are up to God. I'm just trying to make a point. The liberals and the socialist people, they're deranged. They're deranged. Their talking points are their talking points sometimes remind you, get out here in the police and the gangster out there in a gunfight. The gangster runs out of ammo, and the liberals and socialists says, well, make it fair, give them some more ammo. You can't go in there and shoot them, give them some more ammo. The criminals don't have a chance. And that's basically what they're doing. You had this reporter up there in Oregon somewhere, I think it was. He's attacked by Antifa, these people that run around with masks over the face because they don't want people to know who they are. These Western gangsters that put these bandanas over the face so they can rob and steal and rape and lie and people not recognize them. You've seen those kind of Westerns, ain't you? I'm sure you have. You just got to admit it. You got to be willing to admit it. Who doesn't want people to know who they are when they talk? Well, for most circumstances, all circumstances, the honest, the decent, the truthful, they don't mind. They don't mind for people to know who they are, unless they're dealing with perverts that just have no respect for godly moral essence, and they want to hide their face from them. But the others, they're just the opposite. If you have godly moral laws and things on the books, and then the criminal's the one that wants to put the bandana on and go waving his 6-gun. Liberal thinking. Listen, people, go look at your courts. Look at your courts. The courts have made excuses. Every friggin' damnable excuse you can imagine has been made by liberals in the courts. The criminal is taken care of. We have people out there that are cold-blooded murderers right now in prison. They're spending who knows how many life sentences. We're feeding them, we're clothing them, we're wiping their butt, we're medicating them, we're doing everything in the world, and they done nothing but take life. They took advantage of life. Because, why? Because the liberal, this garbage can thinking, the liberal has placed thoughts into the system. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to be compassionate on every level at any circumstance. You can't actually be fair or just with these people. You got to treat them with a special tender touch. And and it's fed this garbage into the system. The things that have gone on, people, are pitiful. The things that have gone on are pitiful. They're coming out against John Voight. He's a conservative actor. You got this Melissa, what's her name? Alicia Milano, or whatever her name is. She jumped on the scene and said, "Oh, we're going to boycott Georgia or Alabama. We're not going to do any movies down there. We quit. We're not going to do any movies in their state." And Clint Eastwood, he just ignores them. He's going on and doing one. Clint's a kind of a special case, I guess you might say. But he's got a little bit of a conservative mind to him. I mean, But John Voight, he's a big conservative, and they're attacking him. They're attacking Clint, and they attack anybody with a conservative thought. They attack them. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. If I were to try to sum everything up that I'm thinking people don't swim in the ocean of liberalism. Every damnable disease-infested, unimaginable thing you could imagine lives in that water. Do not swim in the ocean of liberalism. Everything you can imagine comes through the sewage system that's dumped in that ocean, and it's not treated when it's dumped. It's not treated. You got a septic system that they add chemicals and stuff to it to kind of clean this, to purify this water and clean it up, and they dump it in there. But listen, liberalism does not purify its waste. Liberalism does not purify its waste. Every damnable thing you can imagine is dumped into the ocean of liberalism. That's the reason you look at these rights and stuff these liberals do, and all these socialists and this garbage went on around, during the 2016 elections, and you have conservatives, just speaking their voice around some of these places, and these liberals, these socialists would attack them. Ugh. Couldn't stand the word of truth. Couldn't stand the word of honor. And these liberals and socialists attack the conservatives. Physically attack them. Why? Because liberalism carries the seed of chaos and anarchy. It carries the very seed of chaos and anarchy. These liberals, if you pay attention to them, people, they act like the nation of Islam over in the Middle East. They can't get along with one another. They're at war with one another. We go over and try to make peace with them. We end up with them against us, a lot of them. Different ones, but they can't get along with one another. They'd kill one another off. A lot of people have said, well, just go ahead and let them kill them off. And, well, it's an idea. It's a thought. But godly, morally created America would rather see life. We would rather see life Then you got these liberals and these socialists jumping up and down, screaming bloody murder. They're resisting life also. Listen, people, the God of Islam and the God of liberalism is the same God. It's the same God. His name is Satan. His name is Satan. He's the same God. Sorry. They carry the seed of chaos and anarchy. But America tries to go over and get them to calm down, get a little peace into them, get them to work with one another, and little by little it works, and we get some peace going over there. Of course, what was it I heard this morning on Fox? Those of you that spell Fox, F-A-U-X News. Fox News, the ones that you say are liars. Fox. Well, Fox, as you call them, they've been talking for I don't know how many years, 5, 6, 7 years now, about the garbage that went on in the Obama administration. And they're finding out now it's true. Is true. It's coming out. Even the New York Times and Washington Post are having reported these intelligence agencies, FBI, DOJ, CIA, all these intelligence agencies up there, they were actually used wrongfully, that the politically correctness had been moved into them, had been infiltrated into them. Fox News talked about it for 6, 8 years or longer, and everybody, the mainstream media and Obama and the Democrats and all these people, they run Fox News down, and now we're finding out Fox News was right. Fox News was right. Yeah. But, I knew I knew he was a bad apple when he got voted in 08. God had already, I didn't have peace with him when he got voted. I didn't vote. I voted for McCain. I didn't want to. I didn't like McCain. But I couldn't vote for Obama. Something was wrong. I didn't know what it was. Being a Christian, the Spirit of God in my life, something was wrong. I did not have peace with him. There was a disruption around him. Something was wrong. I didn't vote for him. He wasn't in office 2 months, and I knew. So, to be honest with you, I don't know how long Fox News has known about him or this or whatever and all this stuff, but it's very well possible that I might have known he was a bad apple before Fox News did. I don't know that. I'm just saying it's a very well possibility. I knew it when he was running in 2008. Can't vote for him. Something's wrong. So, I'm mostly going to drop that thing. I'll drop that right there. But, liberal thinking, people, carries the seed of chaos and anarchy. You can't support it. Why you support it is madness. It's literal ignorance. It's derangement. Do not support it. Do not support these liberals. Do not support these socialists. They are bad news, people. They are bad news. They will poop all over you, your family, and your bloodline. They lie, they cheat, they steal. What Warren and what's the other one? Dark-haired woman that's running. God, I can't think of her name. They were both caught up in unethical campaign stuff going on when the Brett Kavanaugh thing was going on. they got out and they was garnering money for their campaigns through this stuff going on around Brett Kavanaugh. They was attacking Kavanaugh, a conservative judge, and they was using that attacks to pump up their campaign funding. And their hand was caught on it. They were named the two most unethical something or other. Yeah. I think I put it on a post and I put it on CNN or New York Times or one of them. Somebody come back and say, this is a real nice job of copy and paste. Oh, it was so good. And give me all this crap. They'll look for these liberals. They'll have their hand called and they'll look for any little crack that they can crawl out of the picture on. Any little thing. That's liberal thinking. Liberal thinking doesn't like truth. It doesn't like honor. It'll look for any little crack or crevice that it can sneak out of the spotlight when the spotlight is put on it and you actually recognize what it's doing. They'll look for little old crawdad backup thingies. Crawdad. Take off crawdad and you get after a crawdad. It'll use that little flipper on the back, which it's on its tail, and it'll go. And they can go backwards 38 times faster than they can go frontwards. Okay? That's what these liberals do. You look like James Clapper and James Comey and John Brennan and these people up in there that had their hands caught in all this unethical garbage, just political correct garbage, just spying. Yes, spying. James Clapper said what Obama done was the definition of spying. But God, they do all this crawdad, man, flapping that butt around, and getting out of Dodge. Look for that little crack to gone. That's liberals. They want the spotlight until it goes ugly. Till they find out the poop was actually on their face, man, then they start crawdadding, getting out of the spotlight. And it's going on. What is it? Elijah Cummings, his wife starts up this non-profit organization. Now they find out that she may have actually just cabbaged hundreds of thousands of dollars or $100,000 into her pocket through that organization. Very same friggin' rot the Clinton campaign was caught up in. The very same kind of rot. You think of that. Haiti had that big hurricane went through there or earthquake or something there a few years ago, and the Clinton campaign got out and pulled together billions of dollars for relief aid to the Haitians, and guess what? The Haitians didn't get it. Where did it go? The Clinton campaign got it. The Clinton Foundation got it. The Haitians didn't see it. The Clintons got it. And you back them. You back that bunch of friggin' perverts. These Jesse Smollett case. And yes, I'm talking about liberals and socialists. The Jesse Smollett case. He conjures up a scene that he was attacked by conservatives. Come to find out he wasn't attacked by conservatives. He paid a couple brothers to attack him and to work him over a little bit, and then he took it all up in front of the cameras and got his thing on. Then you get this corrupt black woman, liberal, lying piece of crap goes in there, and then she dismisses the charges, and now they got a special investigator going into it, and he's going to reinstate the charges. They're going after him, and rightfully so. And that's not all. You got this AG where he's down in Texas, black AG down there. He goes in, he says, well, we're not going to press charges on these people that are stealing or doing whatever out of circumstances, dire circumstances of need or all this. That's still breaking the law. It doesn't make any difference. If you people hadn't lied for them and got these illegals in there, they wouldn't be stealing. You done it. People, liberalism, socialist thinking has screwed this mess up. You done it. You friggin' liberals and socialists, you screwed this place up. It was you. It was you. You screwed up. Now look at this transgender thing going on. See, these liberals, they make excuses. All kinds of friggin' sewage, poop-smelling rot going on in their minds and in their hearts. They make all this transgender stuff come to life, and they're doing all. And now you got these men that are born, these males born males, and they say, I feel more like a woman. Now they're going into the women's sports, and look at all the rot that's going on now. They're dominating women's sports, and you screwed it up, you bunch of idiots. You bunch of pervert liberals, you screwed the scene up. What did I tell you? What have I told you? And I'm still telling you. Liberalism carries a seed of chaos and anarchy. Look at the disruption now that's popping up in women's sports. You got these transgenders dominating the women's sports, and you done it. You liberals done it. You're the meatheads that done it. But see, there's one little question that needs to be answered. There's one little bitty question that needs to be answered. Do you have enough decency or honor left in you to admit your fault? Some of you've already turned your computer off, or done this or whatever, or sent me some pretty little colorful message. You done it. You done it. You friggin' meathead, you done it. Liberalism carries a seed of chaos and anarchy. And I've just touched a few little points. I've just touched a few little bitty points. Well, hey, you liberals, you socialists, you're creating the friggin' sewer that you're going to have to swim in. You're creating a sewer that your families, your sons and your daughters and your nieces and your nephews and your cousins are going to have to swim in. You're creating a sewer that your bloodline, your loved ones, your precious ones are going to have to swim in. You're creating it. You are creating it. you big dummy. You big dummy. Twisted World News, Southern West Virginia. Old John Davis. To some, I sound insane. But to the godly and the moral that understand that actual knowledge of right and wrong, good and evil, to them, it'll all make sense. But to the deranged, well, I can't help you think like that. It's not my fault. Have a nice day.